Hello everyone. Today's topic may sound dark and heavy, but it will unveil the mystery of humanity's most primal fears. All of us know that death is inevitable, but if we could choose, we would certainly want a peaceful passing. Unfortunately, life holds countless horrifying tragedies. Today, we will dive into the ways humans can face the most painful, terrifying, and brutal end. From physical torture to mental annihilation, let's explore the worst ways to die a person could ever experience, stories that will haunt you long after the video ends.
1. History's most mysterious murder, the Dyatlov Pass incident.
Have you ever heard of a real-life historical mystery that even modern science cannot explain? Today, I will take you to one of the most chilling and bizarre cases ever. It is the event of 1959, where 9 experienced hikers were found dead in the Ural Mountains of Russia. With injuries so strange they were almost unbelievable, the mystery of their deaths remains unsolved to this day.
This is a true story. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers were found dead in Russia's Ural Mountains. With injuries so strange, the mystery remains unsolved to this day. Led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, the group set out for a ski expedition. They never returned. Weeks later, rescuers found their tent on the snowy slope of Dead Mountain, slashed open from the inside, abandoned in sub-zero temperatures. Some bodies were found barefoot, half-dressed, scattered in the snow. One had a fractured skull, 2 had shattered ribs with no external wounds, and a young woman was missing her tongue and eyes. Strangest of all, traces of radiation were detected on their clothes. The official report called it a compelling natural force, but no one knows what that means. 17 years later, a Soviet geologist named Alexei Brodsky vanished while mapping mineral deposits near the same mountain slope where Dyatlov's group perished. Theories swirled: avalanche, military weapons, secret tests, UFOs, even a local legend of a cursed spirit in the mountains. Why would 9 people tear through their tent and run into deadly cold, some without shoes? More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident is still one of the most chilling and unexplained cases in modern history.
More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most mysterious and inexplicable cases in modern history. Was it some supernatural force? I genuinely think it was alien.
2. Irina Glazunova.
Now, let's talk about Irina Glazunova. This girl from Russia passed away in 2024, and her death is tied to a seemingly innocent moment. Right before the tragedy, Irina started a song, and her last words were the last time referring to the song. Irina and her friend were filming a TikTok video at 2 in the morning, but they had no idea that those joyful moments were the last footage they would ever make.
Let's talk about
Irina Glazunova.
Can you follow me on Roblox? My goal is 200 followers. Thank you. Irina Glazunova is a girl from Russia. She was born in 2000 and she died in the year 2024. Before she died, she played this song, and her last words before she died was, "For the last time," which was meant for this song. So the story was, she was with her friend in 2 o'clock in the night, and they were doing a TikTok video, but they didn't know their video that they were making was actually gonna be the last video they could ever make. Irina Glazunova, after a few minutes, she didn't notice there were no fences on the subway downward station. So she fell rightly on that thing. But sadly, she had her head full with blood and her skull was fully injured. So after the tragic incident, people passing by on that subway station, they left some flowers on where she had died, but some people kept stealing them, so it kept on missing. I feel bad for her, sending loves after she died on 2024. R.I.P. Irina Glazunova, 2024.
I feel very sad and send my deepest condolences to her. Irina Glazunova, 2024. We will always remember her. Let's share our condolences in the comment section, and remember to always be careful when out, especially at night. Death can come in an instant.
3. The toxic lady.
This is the true story of Gloria Ramirez, a woman who was urgently rushed to a California hospital in 1994 after collapsing at home. As doctors tried to save her, strange things began to happen. Medical staff started smelling a weird chemical odor emanating from Gloria's body, and her blood contained greasy crystalline particles. What turned a seemingly normal patient into a mobile biohazard disaster?
Let's talk about...
The toxic lady.
In 1994, Gloria Ramirez was rushed to a California hospital after collapsing at home. As doctors tried to save her, nurses noticed something strange. Her body gave off a chemical smell, and her blood had oily, crystal-like particles in it. Within minutes, hospital staff began fainting, struggling to breathe, and some even had seizures. The emergency room was forced to evacuate. Gloria died that night, but no one could explain what happened to her body. Some reports say it was caused by dimethyl sulfoxide, a chemical she used for pain relief that may have turned toxic inside her body. But rumors spread that the government was hiding the truth, that Gloria's body was contaminated with something far more dangerous. To this day, her case remains one of the strangest medical mysteries ever recorded. Stay safe.
To this day, her case remains one of the strangest medical mysteries ever recorded. Was Gloria Ramirez a victim of a mysterious toxin, a rare chemical reaction in the human body, or a victim of unethical research?
4. The mystery of the Hinterkaifeck massacre.
We will open the file on one of the coldest and most mysterious unsolved murder cases in German history. I want you to imagine a winter night in 1922 at a remote farm named Hinterkaifeck. The entire 6-member Gruber family was brutally murdered. Let's see what happened.
Let's talk about
The Hinterkaifeck murders.
in 1922, in a small farmstead in Germany, 6 members of the Gruber family were murdered. Their names were Andreas, his wife Cecilia, their daughter Victoria, her children Cecilia and Josef, and their maid Maria. Days before the murders, Andreas heard footsteps in the attic. A newspaper appeared in the house that no one bought, and their former maid had recently quit, saying the house felt unsafe. On March 31st, someone led 4 of the victims into the barn, one by one, and killed them with a pickaxe. Then the killer entered the house and murdered the maid and 2-year-old Joseph. Neighbors noticed smoke coming from the chimney days after the killings. The animals were fed. The house looked lived in. But when police arrived, the killer was gone. To this day, no one has been arrested. Stay safe, and always check your attic.
The Hinterkaifeck massacre remains an eternal mystery. Always be vigilant, and remember to check your attic. I don't understand why murderers always choose the attic or the basement.
5. Elisa Lam incident.
Chilling complaints from the hotel guests about the strange tasting and black-colored tap water led to a horrifying discovery. When they began checking the water system, a terrifying truth was found.
Let's talk about
Elisa Lam incident.
Elisa Lam was known for behaving strangely in the elevator. She has strict parents who sometimes wouldn't let her travel alone or without them. But one day, she was thrilled to be able to travel to downtown Los Angeles by herself. She arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013, and checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 28. On January 31, 2013, she disappeared from the hotel. Her parents were worried and tried to contact her, but couldn't reach her. They reported her missing, but there was no sign of her for weeks. Meanwhile, guests at the Cecil Hotel started complaining about the water being black and having an unusual taste. The hotel staff investigated, and on February 19, 2013, they found Elisa Lam's body was found floating in the hotel's water tank on the roof. There were no signs of trauma, and the initial conclusion was an accidental death. However, footage from the hotel elevator showed Elisa acting strangely. She was pressing multiple buttons and seemed disoriented and distressed. This strange behavior added to the mystery surrounding her disappearance. Some people believed she was playing a game, while others thought she might be hiding from someone or being chased. We may never know why she acted that way. Stay safe.
Although investigators concluded it was an accident, I still cannot stop thinking about the images from the elevator camera. Elisa Lam's strange behavior, her repeatedly pressing buttons, her agitated gestures, and the way she looked out as if hiding creates too large a veil of mystery. Whether she was playing a game or being hunted by some force, the mystery of Elisa Lam's death remains a cold reminder of things beyond our comprehension. Guys, stay safe, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and like the video too.
6. Tragedy on the slope. The scariest sports accident.
Speed sports always bring intense excitement, but sometimes, they are also the site of the most horrifying tragedies. Today, we will talk about a sports incident considered the most terrifying and haunting in history. In 1991, the Labrador ski race was immediately cancelled after a terrible accident. Garnet Ray Standler, a promising 20-year-old athlete, was hurtling down the slope at maximum speed. Just meters from the finish line, the horrific happened, changing everything forever.
This is the most disturbing sporting accident ever. In 1991, the Labrador race was cancelled due to a horrible skiing accident. Garnet Ray Standler, a 20-year-old contestant, was going downhill at full speed when he suddenly lost control as he was approaching the finish line and then slammed head-on into safety nets at extremely high speeds. This then trapped one of his skis inside the net, which resulted in his leg almost being completely torn off. He then began spinning out of control with a trail of blood following him, staining the entire mountain. His body then stops at the bottom of the hill as a pool of blood forms around him and people come over to help. He also fractured his pelvis and was literally ripped in half. The impact caused serious internal injuries, fractures, and nerve damage. He was transported by helicopter to a hospital where he received multiple blood transfusions. But despite receiving blood transfusions before and after the operations, he passed away from severe pelvic bleeding. This is just awful. And what makes it worse that there's a video of the whole situation unfolding on the internet. Rest in peace to Garnet, and what a terrible, terrible accident.
What makes this incident even more haunting is that the video footage of the entire tragic moment is still circulating online, forever a cold reminder of the extreme danger of speed. But guys, don't try to search for disturbing things anymore.
7. The killer elephant.
A 70-year-old woman named Maya Murmur died tragically while performing her daily chore, fetching water near her home.
This elephant killed a woman and then crashed her funeral. In 2022, 70-year-old Maya Murmur was gathering water near her home in India. It was supposed to be a routine task, but that morning, a herd of wild elephants emerged from the nearby forest. Most villagers know to keep their distance. Maya tried to flee, but one elephant broke away from the group, chased her down and trampled her with brutal force. She died at the scene. Her grieving family arranged a funeral later that day. As is custom, Maya's body was placed atop a wooden pyre for cremation, a solemn ritual under the open sky. But then thunderous footsteps echoed in the distance. The same elephant had returned, and this time it brought reinforcements. A stampede of elephants crashed into the village mid-funeral, sending terrified relatives running for cover. In a scene that defied any logic, the very elephant that had killed Maya pulled her lifeless body from the pyre and trampled her a second time. Her remains were left mangled and the ceremony was left in ruin. This elephant must have had some personal issues with Maya, and this death is just extremely unfortunate.
Just try to imagine how terribly painful it is when your toe hits a door. Now imagine being flattened. This outcome is truly horrible for an innocent elderly woman.
8. The final moments of the Apollo fire tragedy.
In 1967, at Cape Kennedy, the Apollo 1 crew, consisting of 3 brave astronauts, was conducting a launch rehearsal. Everything was just a cabin simulation, with no fuel, and was considered completely safe. However, while running through their checklist, one pilot immediately noticed a suspicious strange smell. Just seconds later, a fierce fire broke out. The most terrifying thing is that their microphones captured everything that happened next.
Disturbing deaths caught on audio, the Apollo 1 fire trigger warning. On January 26, 1967, 3 crew members were conducting a launch rehearsal at Cape Kennedy Air Force Station Launch Complex. The launch was scheduled the following month. The simulation was needed to determine whether or not the spacecraft would operate normally. Because the spacecraft wasn't loaded with fuel, it wasn't considered to be a dangerous exercise. At 1 p.m., the command pilot Gus Grissom, senior pilot Edward White II, and pilot Roger Chaffee entered the command module in their pressure suits. Immediately, Gus noticed a strange smell circulating through his suit, which he compared to sour buttermilk. The crew was going through their checklist when a violent fire broke out and the men's microphones caught it all. Take a listen.
Confirm it. Band leader, get in there and help them. Band leader, CFCC. All right, crew, did we get verification? Can you egress at this time?
Those chilling audio recordings, from the urgent calls to the desperate final words of the crew, remain a vivid testament to the horrific event that took place inside the capsule. As I said, Dying by fire is one of the most terrible and painful deaths. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow so I can keep protecting you from these creepy mysteries. Thanks for watching, my dear friends. See you in the next video. Bye.